A woman truly ahead of her time, or just a product of social media? A talented artist, or just another fleeting idol for new generations? Today on our episode of Hero's Journey, we're gonna reveal the keys to success that made Taylor Swift so popular worldwide. Taylor Swift was born on December 13, 1989 in the United States. She grew up in Pennsylvania but moved to Tennessee with her family at 14 to pursue a career in country music. From a young age, Taylor Swift showed a great interest in music. Inspired by her grandmother, an opera singer, Swift began performing at local events and talent shows. She learned to play the guitar at 12, and the girl was so talented that she wrote her first song, Lucky You, after learning just 3 chords on the guitar, demonstrating her songwriting ability early on. Taylor Swift's childhood was significantly influenced by her love for country music, while she worked tirelessly to perfect her songwriting and performance skills. Her determination to pursue a music career led Taylor Swift to sign with Big Machine Records and release her self-titled debut album in 2006 during her adolescence. From that moment on, she never stopped on her journey to becoming one of the most successful artists of the 21st century. But there are 4 key points in her journey that elevated her to another level, and from a musical standpoint allowed her to break a series of records. Before we discuss what actions catapulted her career, let's just remember some of her feats and achievements over the years. For example, in August 2023, she became the first female artist to reach the mark of 100 million monthly listeners in the history of Spotify. Many of Taylor Swift's albums have reached the #1 spot on Billboard. It's the highest number ever achieved by a woman. And besides, Taylor Swift is the first and only female solo artist to win the Grammy Award for Album of the Year 4 times. And this achievement already reveals the first key to the singer's success. Each of the winning albums is from a different musical genre. That's right, Taylor stands out from other artists thanks to her high ability to adapt her work to reach different audiences. As she declared in the documentary Miss Americana,
"The female artists that I know of have reinvented themselves 20 times more than the male artists. They have to, or else you're out of a job."
This need to reinvent herself throughout her career allowed her to transition from just a celebrated country music singer to one of the world's biggest pop stars. In fact, this is so evident in her work that each of her 10 original studio albums has a distinct theme and aesthetic. You imagine creating 10 completely different projects, bringing new references and styles without losing your essence. Very few artists are able to reach this feat, and these constant attempts were very worthwhile, as when Taylor decided to undertake an international tour to promote her albums in 2023, she caused a massive impact wherever she went. The Eras Tour reached the highest revenue of all time, boosting local tourism wherever she performed. A recent estimate calculated that the tour added a monumental sum of $5 billion to the global economy. But beyond her versatility, there's the second key factor that significantly contributes to her being a reference in the music industry. She has proven to be a skilled negotiator. She's been pivotal in changing the business game in favor of musicians, advocating for better contracts for artists with record labels and streaming services. In 2015, Apple Music changed its payments policies after Swift wrote an open letter advocating for better pay for artists. She drew attention when she took a stand against her former record label, Big Machine Records, which refused to offer her the opportunity to buy her original master recording.
I've always wanted to own my own music. I made it very clear that I wanted to be able to buy my music. That opportunity was not given to me, and it was sold to somebody else. And so I just figured I was the one who made this music first, I can just make it again.
Yeah. Clearly, Swift occupies a privileged position and can take risks that many other artists can't. But with her power, she sparked discussions about contracts and the value of music, paving the way for emerging artists. In an attempt to regain control of her early works, Swift announced that she would re-record her first 6 albums.
Now, could you re-record?
Oh, yeah.
Might you do that?
Oh, yeah.
That's a plan?
Yeah, absolutely.
Each re-recorded album included bonus tracks with songs that were left out of the original recordings and had not been released. Each of these releases was accompanied by massive advertising campaigns, which included new merchandise and various limited edition versions for fans to collect. She demonstrated her influence without bowing down to the big companies in the music industry. And with much effort and competence, her new album sold more than the originals. This result is largely due to the unwavering support of her fans, known as Swifties. They fully embraced the new recordings, exposing anyone who played the stolen original versions. And it's precisely the power of her community that contributes as the third key factor to the artist's popularity. The loyal legion of Taylor Swift fans is known for their high level of engagement and creativity. Fans spend much of their time crafting outfits for shows and discussing elaborate theories online. Obviously, Taylor knows how to use this to her advantage and cleverly became known for leaving clues, known as Easter eggs, in her lyrics, music videos, social media posts, and interviews as a way to entertain her fans. In addition, her team seeks to reward fans for their participation. An example of the strength of her community, there are now fan accounts on social media dedicated to analyzing these Easter eggs. They study phrases and specific numerical patterns to find clues about the artist's plans for the near future. In fact, for the release of the album 1989, Taylor's version, Swift posted a series of puzzles on Google, which fans had to solve to reveal the names of the bonus tracks to be released. In total, Swifties solved the 33 million puzzles in less than 24 hours. The game had two purposes. Swift not only announced the name of the bonus tracks, but also boosted searches for her name on Google during the process. It's just a brilliant marketing move. And we can't forget the fourth and final key for Taylor to become so loved in various corners of the world. She continues to go viral across different generations. Yes, Taylor Swift's legions of fans spans generations. She's a quintessential millennial, and many of her fans grew up listening to Swift over the last 2 decades. Some of them even started bringing their children to the artist's concerts, posting videos of them singing the beginning of the chorus of the song Long Live. But Swift also knew how to captivate a younger audience on TikTok, a platform predominantly used by the younger Generation Z. By communicating on the social network of a younger generation, she opened doors to new consumers of her music. Affectionately dubbed Swift Talks by Taylor herself, users post videos to attract other Swifties to join that community. Thanks to this massive online presence, practically all Taylor Swift songs tend to enter the ranking of the most popular internet trends. Swift is also attuned to TV shows produced for young adults. The series The Summer I Turned Pretty included 13 Taylor Swift songs throughout its first 2 seasons. Swift's songs are so important to the story that its author, Jenny Han, almost dedicated the second book in the series to the artist. Taylor Swift continues to dominate the cultural landscape with her music, her business decisions, and her legion of dedicated fans. Currently, Swift is at the peak of her popularity, but considering the first 17 years of her career, Swift has already proven that she deserves our attention and is here to stay. So tell me, did you already know about the behind the scenes of our hero's life? Comment here which key point contributed to such an impactful success in the music world. And if you like this video, leave a like or subscribe to our channel to receive the next episode of Hero's Journey. I'll see you next time.